Good afternoon, Williams College Chiefmen and ladies. My name is Jimmy Menard. A lot of you, I'm sure, will recognize me now. You know my name. But now, through the years, I'm in my 36th year of employment here at Williams. As I told TJ, I was fortunate to grow up in Williamstown from a child and right through high school. Graduated in 1980, local high school at Mount Greylock. Played football and ran track. And right out of high school, June 80, I went in the Marine Corps. Served 4 years, active duty, finishing up my last 6 months with my battalion invaded Grenada and relieved the Marines in Beirut, Lebanon. And after coming home, I've been working at Williams College since October 17th of 85 until present. And I probably will be ending my tour here at Williams March 12th of 2021. But it's been a very enjoyable job and career, mainly because the people at Williams, the alums, whether it's strictly academic or athlete and student, even faculty, it's just a great environment. I've learned a lot. I think I've taught some students as well. And the coaches and everyone else that I've experienced and been with through my career have been phenomenal. But most importantly, the sport, the athletes, the entertainment and success that I've seen here working as an employee has really been what I've enjoyed. Changed a lot, from years when I was a younger child watching sporting events to what the facilities are today. Still the great people. I still see many alums back that are, when I was a child, even some of them were my peers and all that taught me. They're counselors with us at the Williamstown Boys Club when I was younger. And we were fortunate they did great things with us, bringing us to a lot of sporting events. Through the years, success of sports has even gotten better. So our job responsibility has really increased to hold up to the level of what the programs have become here at Williams with their success. I've seen national championships. I've seen some sad losses. I can't say it enough. I can sell Williams. I know I can sell Williams. That it's enjoyable even in my travels. No matter where I go, if I have a garment on Williams College, it strikes up conversation. It can be worldwide. That's what's so unique. And through the times and changes, it's what it is. And I'm sure a lot of you come back after a number of years and really surprised how campus has changed. And it's still changing. But that's what our world is. But sadly, with my job, the biggest sorrow through my career has been this COVID, where since this past spring, it's just been so different. Even with our work tasks, we still have to do all the same maintenance and upkeep for the facilities, especially with the natural grass down below Lower Cole Field. Up here, it's less, being artificial turf. But as you see across the way with the tent, that's an area that, for the students are using, athletes and PE classes and everything else, compared to they can't go and use the normal indoor facilities as groups. And it's just that's probably the different of all time that I'll never be able to explain it, I guess. So over on this side of Cole Field was the original football practice, and you can still see the lighting with the poles where they had late, when the sunlight went down the fall of the year, they practiced down here in the cold, dark times. And now today, it's more utilized as a golf range from Taconic. They have PE classes and also members of the golf course. And they also, we can put in IM soccer and utilize this for Williams Ultimate Frisbee holds tournaments down here as well in this open area. And then over here on the other side of the road, which is, it's still varsity soccer, but years ago when I first started at Williams, men's soccer and men's lacrosse played on the same field. So we didn't have irrigation. Now today, with our modern times of how beautiful the fields are, Williams has compared to other schools in NESCAC. The main reason is it's used for game only. The varsity players themselves, out of respect, do not even walk across their game field to get to their practice field. Sadly, it's not fenced in, so people in the community, whether walking dogs or just, they don't truly know, because the signage doesn't say please walk around. But there's times where it gets cold your first frost of the year, you'll have someone innocently walk across and you get your footprints, left from damaging the grass from the frost. But yeah, I mean, they're beautiful. The women's soccer is right next to the men's soccer game field. On the other side of the fence line is a really nice softball field, which has been rebuilt a couple times, and everything down here because of flooding. So we've had 3 major floods in my career here at Williams, and it is a floodplain, so therefore certain things you can't do down here with putting certain concrete in the ground and all that. Mainly I believe any type of fixed structure. So like an alum's father, I believe, is what built the men's and women's public restrooms over on that knoll. So that had to be built and constructed to be a certain level that would be above flood zone prior to everything up on Weston with our turf fields. The field hockey was over where the women's soccer field is now, the women's practice soccer. And that could be, it all depended on weather, some situations it was perfect, others it took some work to get them playable. The history, when Coach Russo was here, I'm sure he's got some unbelievable stories he could tell you with real foul weather, where at times when the program was really becoming successful, we've had to plow this surface off so that they could hold a game. And then in the spring, when Renzi Lamb, with his lacrosse teams, they're in a mud pit. And so I always like that expression I heard from a gentleman a long time ago, grass is grown by the inch but killed by the foot. So if you have multiple uses of a couple different sports on one field, it takes a lot more abuse. And that's why we are fortunate in today's time, a lot of things go up above on the artificial turf. And these are for game use only, like I said, so that's why the game fields are really pristine and nice. And they have their 2 practice fields just over on the other side, which I told you where the women's field hockey used to be is the women's practice, and just to the side of it is the men's practice. New baseball is down here. Williamstown used to be Williamstown Little League field on the other side of the fence, but now it's Cal Ripken, and that's a beautiful field. So a part of upkeep and maintenance for the turf field is grooming the turf after it gets compacted down and all whatnot. And so this is the groomer sweeper that basically brushes over the top of the surface and moves pellets back into original, how they lie in there naturally. And then on top, like after a game or other hours of use, this is called the litter cap. All these attach on the back of one of our John Deere Gators. You could even pull them with a golf cart. And this electrically runs while it's running. There's a brush inside here that picks up any loose debris on top of the surface into the catch basket that we'll later throw away. But also with the vibration of that little motor, the pellets will fall back through the perforated part of this catch basin. And then the other attachment, which a lot of people get a kick out of, is right here. It's simply just a big magnet. This hooks on the back of the litter cap. This is a whole magnet all the way across the back. So if everything, mostly bobby pins, hairpins from the girls fall out, and the whole reason for that, obviously, I don't think the football players appreciate having that stuck in their side when they've been tackled on the field. Or this room here was the original Zamboni Room for the 1957 Zamboni. That actually after it came off the ice from resurfacing, it went in there, and you would melt it down with hot water and simply dump the dissolved water down the drain. And then from selling and repurchasing a newer, more modern Zamboni, which is over here, the 1991 model. It's a gas engine, 4-cylinder Volkswagen industrial gas engine, which is converted, that runs off an LP gas. We actually no longer use that one other than a backup machine. We now have the modern electric Zamboni. And through the new construction of the rink, we just have a different pit. You still have all the shaved ice goes into the hopper of the machine, which you dump that snow into the pit for meltdown to go as water. But the main reason everyone state-of-the-art today wants the electric machine is for CO2 levels within confined spaces and buildings that don't have proper ventilation. I just want to personally say goodbye, thank you, and of course I'll miss everyone, but I will see everyone, because for some unknown reason Williams is around the world. We know why, but my plans are here to retire very shortly. In March 12th is my last day that I plan to work as my career at Williams, until my 36th year, and I'm looking forward to seeing, many more successful years of sporting events when I do come back to watch. And I just want to say goodbye to all the athletes and everyone else, coaching staff personally, that have been a part of my life and really made my life fun. A lot of alums that are former Marines, and one personally, a young man I know now, is active, waiting to go to flight school. And it goes back to pretty much most of the Marine officers that have graduated from Williams I met through their sports programs. And Bungie Cook, he was a skier, football player, lacrosse player. I think Coach Renzi Lamb inspired a lot of the Marine Corps into these young men, and then maybe it helped a little with my stories to help motivate what Renzi preached to them. But it's awesome. Marines stay together, and my hat goes off to Tony Fuller, Class 889, personally, what he's doing for me, helping me with some legal things with his profession. And everybody, it goes back to numerous athletes have been good to me. Rob Abel, Class of 91, hockey player, has helped me throughout my career with my TIA CREF, invest in my building, a future from the years I have worked at Williams. A memorable moment back in 91 when Rob graduated, him and Andy Allen. Everyone remembers Andy Allen, our football star. Andy Allen was from Rutland, Vermont, Rob Abel from New Hampshire. Neither one of them ever ate venison in their life. So after our fun round of golf, went over to my house, we had nice venison dinner together. Stories like that are just so unique. I'll never forget the day Brad DuPont, he was All-American goalie, lacrosse. Very big man. I don't know, I said something, whose door is this with a Marine Corps sticker on it? And Brad DuPont walked out. I was like, hi. So ever since then, knowing Dan, it's just been great. And he's recruited some young men to come to Williams to play lacrosse. And I can go on and on. There's stories forever. And it's fun just to hear the alums with their stories that were even ahead of my time. It's just a very unique environment. Everyone knows that. A great memorable football game that didn't take place here on our home field. I was on the sidelines at Trinity. Maddie Segrist. We watched Williams upset Trinity on their home field, their homecoming weekend, when they haven't been beat at home. Don't quote me, ask Dick Quinn, but either 20 or 21 consecutive games. And Williams did that to them. So that was unbelievable. It was a joy to be there and see Maddie. I didn't get to see his wife, Kathleen, her maiden name, Kathleen Higgins, star basketball player at Williams. And her and Liz Tilly go way back. That's my future. A lot of you know that I did race dirt bikes earlier when I was younger, and that's my plan when I retire. I'm building a vintage 1977 Suzuki vintage race bike right now, and I plan to do a few events when this COVID allows. Certain things are much strict right now, but I'm hoping for a good future that things will calm down. So, one in particular alum I really would like to reach out and say hello to again is Hill Hamrick. He asked me to do his first salute for his commissioning as second lieutenant here June 1st prior to his commencement on campus. And it was quite an honor. It's Marine tradition that when an officer gets pinned, the first enlisted man that salutes him, they give him a silver dollar. And yes, I still have that silver dollar, Hill. I'll always cherish it. I don't have it in my pocket with me because there's times I don't want to take a chance of losing it. Another fellow that graduated with Hill and was also in that ceremony getting pinned as second lieutenant was Caleb, it's a hyphenated name, Hoffman Johnson. And he was a keeper on the soccer team, but I enjoyed it in my adolescent years in high school watching his father play hockey here at Williams. I also wanted to shout out to Bobby Moss, class of 2001, was a real good friend of his 4 years as a student here in the sport of hockey, involved my family as well. He really did a lot for my son Bryce, hands-on and just caring, and the way he was brought up from a great family. But when Bryce was going to camp, as he got older, I took him out to Saugus, Mass, to Hockey Town, USA, and every time in the summer we were out there, even after Bob was an alum, his family always had us over for dinner, and it's just great. You know, it's the Williams way, I guess. You know, take care of each other and enjoy life. And I personally would like to, you know, finalize all this with a salute to Harry Sheehy, class of 75. Who doesn't know Harry Sheehy? You know, as a player, when he was in college, I was fortunate to watch him when I was a kid. And one of his classmates, Kurt Van Stieber, class 75, did so much with us kids at the Boys Club, being one of our counselors, along with Peter Hopkins, which is Wendy Hopkins' husband. Wendy did a lot of great things with us at the Boys Club growing up. And Harry Sheehy was just a big part of everybody with Williamstown. What he did with the basketball program, and one of my best famous memories was going to St. Lawrence College when Harry was playing against one of his former players, Dave Paulson, and beat Coach Paulson's team at St. Lawrence for Williams to go to the Final Four. So, and everyone that knew Dave, a great guy in the history of the last basket scored in a men's varsity game in LaSalle Gym. So there it is. It's Williams wrapped up. Thank you.